and welcome to my channel. It is me, your watercolor wizard, and I'm just so excited to share with you guys the art that I'm going to be creating for the tiers on my Patreon. I just showed you my color swatch of the colors that is in my Etcher porcelain palette, and I'm just getting ready to get into this painting. I'm working on my expensive watercolor paper for these artworks, and I've got here my Archer's cold press 300 gram cotton watercolor paper. I haven't painted on it for a minute, so it's going to be exciting. And then I'm just showing you guys also my masking fluid and my masking fluid applicator brush. I did mask off all of the areas that has a beautiful highlight in it. There's just so much magic in this beautiful charm and pendant, and I want to make sure that I capture those light moments that really gives it a sparkle without having to worry about preserving any of the whites and being careful when I paint. So that is basically what I've done with the pre-sketch. I've literally traced this beautiful reference material. I will include a link in my video to my Pinterest board where I've pinned it. I do think it's an AI generated pendant, but I'm gonna give it life here in watercolor. And the reason why I'm painting this magical pendant is you might have heard some of the whispers down the channels that it is my channel's birthday. It is my Patreon channel, to be very clear, birthday. I turned 2 on the 17th of August 2025, and I didn't know that. It was all through pure synchronicity that I discovered the date. I was just so focused on creating for my patrons that I totally forgot when the birthday of my channel actually is. And seeing that I got this beautiful download on Lionsgate and just sort of saw the correct time for me to expand my Patreon channel and to grow in that department, it all coincided with the birthday of my Patreon channel. So I'm busy undergoing a little bit of a transformation on my channel. I think there's more entertaining gonna be happening, seeing that I put on the hat of your watercolor wizard during World Watercolor Month, and I'm so grateful for that awareness, and I'm definitely having a lot more fun creating content for you guys. So now that you know that I'm painting on and why I'm painting this, I just want to begin to just share with you guys sort of my strategy here. I really leaned into the fluidity of the paint. The top left hand corner is the fire in the background, and I wanted to apply those beautiful warm tones into that background wash before it dries, so that we can have those beautiful blended soft nuances of a fire source in the background. And I didn't do a lot to control that. I literally allowed the paint to do its job. So I'm gonna have to work on softening and bringing more definition into some of the background layers later, but for now I just wanted to get into this and just give this beautiful magical charm a beautiful strong background that I can base it on. Now during my pre-sketch I did carefully zone all of the crystal that's in this lucky charm, this magical charm. I laid down all of the facets of this stone, and in my initial washes here I'm really just trying to capture the fire within this beautiful pendant, while at the same time I'm skipping over areas where the wire or whatever this pendant is created out of is holding the pendant together. It looks like a leather kind of necklace with those wire bent hand set kind of design around this beautiful magical charm, and it is sort of in the main foreground. It's the main focus. And I'm just trying to capture sort of all of the hues that I'm noticing initially in my background washes, and then carefully placing them within those zones. And you'll see as I carry on with this tutorial, you will notice that I'm building up layers and strengthening the faceted aspect of this beautiful charm. Now on the left you can see me following along on my reference material. I like to print my reference material out. It helps me to really engage with the color and see clearly the fields of color that's available to me. And then I sort of just hold my finger on it just to find my way through this complex maze of beautiful facets. What is dark? What is light? What is reflecting? All of these things are going through my mind. Now, the amazing thing about this paper, I do think there are better paper out there. Some of you might disagree with me. Archers is really a professional grade. It has its pros and it has its cons, and I happen to have a few sheets of it still available, but it's really an expensive paper, so I was a little bit trepidatious to get started there. And this is the thing, expensive art materials can sometimes hold you back because you might feel intimidated to work on it. You don't want to ruin it. You want to do something really special on it. And it's been lying in my sort of stock for a number of years now. And I realized, you know what, I'm not painting on it because I think of it as precious. And I think that it's time to just take it out and just use it and enjoy it. And it's going to take my own personal experience much further if I work with good quality paper like this. Now you can see the professional pigment and the professional paper here gives me this brilliance in my pigment, and that is exactly what I wanted to capture. I think in the past I've worked with really student grade sort of quality paint, and there's nothing wrong with it. I've been painting with it for years, and some of the colors on my palette are still student grade color or pigment, but I sort of found it a little bit dull on the paper and not as vibrant. And even though I'm doing multiple layers, you can see how brilliant the color is straight from the pigment, and compare it to the reference material on the left and you'll be able to see just how powerful and potent the pigment is. And I must say it has been quite a joy to work on this paper, because this paper is absolutely designed for wet and wet principle of techniques, and the paint just flows so beautifully and it layers up so beautifully. It's really just a joy to paint on it. So really all I wanted to share with you guys is that there's some exciting new stuff happening on my channel, and this particular artwork is for my free tier on Patreon. And I consider every person that subscribed to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my Patreon to be my magical charms. You help me attract my audience, a wider audience, because you watch my videos, you like them, you share them, and you comment beautifully. Thank you for your support on my YouTube channel and here on Patreon. I'm so grateful for all of you. And so many of you have joined me recently with World Watercolor Month. So again, a warm welcome to all of you. Now, I'm going to be creating specific artwork now for my Patreon tiers, and the pledging tiers are really the ones that supports me financially, helps me make my YouTube videos happen. And as you will see as we go forward, I'm actually busy with an upgrade in my studio, changed a little bit of the decor and some of the things that you will see on my desk where I'm painting. I'm really just leaning into the wizard's apophory and what it would look like for this creative wizard to create art and have interesting elements around him that contributes towards, the intention of my Patreon and my channel here on YouTube. So it's all about empowering people and learning to sort of see your life as your biggest artwork, and how we use our faculties and our attitudes and our energy to create the life that we are living. So I'm sort of making that whole connection here with this fantastical fantasy wizard art kind of vibe on my channel. And I'm so excited to embody this cosplay and to bring it to life and to bring elements then into the art that resonates with this whole sort of energy. That's going to be exciting. So for my other tiers on Patreon, I'm also going to be creating specific artwork for those tiers. So when you open them on my Patreon channel, this is sort of the heading, the vibe that you will be able to capture. And I think the names that I chose for each of the tiers and the artwork that would represent that also closely represents the value of that tier, the benefits of that tier. And I'm so excited to be sharing more closely with you guys going forward about that. So here I've jumped into a black pigment. Now, I've recently watched one of my tutors and she did a fantastic education on black paint in watercolor or black pigment, and this is something that I very rarely, if ever, paint with. If you know me for a minute, you know I might be the one that say get Payne's grey because you can do both greys and black with it, and that might be true. But she's changed my mind. She's convinced me that black deserves its special place on a watercolor palette. And the biggest reason for that is black is so potent. And sometimes when you need something black like this wire that I'm painting now, you really don't want to do it 50 times with 5 layers of Payne's grey. And the Payne's grey do have a blue bias. And this wire is really just, it feels like iron. So I thought this is a great opportunity for me to really try out black watercolor paint with an open mind and a fresh perspective. And I must honestly say, she's changed my mind. I am so impressed with this particular artwork in using black, something that I haven't done in a long time. You'll see the power went out there. They are working on the electricity of our home, and it will come back momentarily. So there you go, you guys. I did add the black, and it just really holds this gem beautifully. And at this stage, all of the first composition layers is done. Next, we're going to remove the masking fluid and deal with the details. So I'll see you guys in that episode shortly. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and I'll speak to you guys real soon. Bye bye for now.